Any questions to Warren or Alun Wyn?
Warren, what's the situation with Rhys Patchell, please?
Just HIA, yeah.
And your initial impressions of how serious or otherwise it was?
No, he's just got to be assessed over the next few days. So he seems okay in the change rooms now. So.
How long do you have to make that decision then?
With regard to
his place on the plane, his place.
Oh no, he'd be fine. He'd be fine for that. Yeah.
What about your thoughts on the performance then?
Really pleased with the first half. I thought we were really positive in the way that we played, and we spoke at half time, about keeping our discipline. So, a 10-1 penalty count in the second half, you're going to struggle with that. Which was disappointing. I think, and Ireland went back to what they are traditionally good at. I think 85% of that second half was just off nine, and Bundyaki was effective in gain line stuff. And in the past, when we've been successful against Ireland, is making sure that when they play that way, is that you've got to be a bit more collision dominant in that area, and your discipline has to be good as well. And we probably, two areas of the game that were a bit disappointing for us. I was pleased with our set piece, although the scrum and line out was good, and was pleased with how positive we were, particularly in that first half. But we just didn't have enough territory and possession in the second half.
Any thoughts on the build-up period as a whole, 4 matches?
Yeah, no, it's been good. We've tried to go out there and be positive in the way that we've tried to play, and so I guess generally pretty pleased. If we want to get into that sort of fight a little bit in terms of that sort of game, I think Ireland probably gave Georgia a template for how to go and try and play against us. It's difficult to stop a team playing that way when they're good at the breakdown and getting some like I said, collision dominance, and they were effective at it in the particularly in the second half. They went to the air well and basically choked us a bit in that second half.
Warren, how concerned are you at all by the results?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that's that's what the warm-up games are all about. We've tried some things. We've tried some different combinations and different players starting today. Probably a turnover rate was a bit disappointing, but I thought we showed some great character at the end of the game with the down to 40 men. We didn't concede. Never conceded 3 tries, which is disappointing. But we could have easily folded with that sort of amount of territory and possession. I think they were in there 22 for 7 minutes in that second half, and teams would capitulate with that sort of territory, and we didn't do that. Disappointing for us, we didn't have enough ball in that second half, and like I said, we were pleased at half time with going in there and getting ourselves back in the game after conceding. Probably Jonathan Davies got a little bit narrow in that first try when we were 3-on-3 defensively, which he'll be disappointed with. But we spoke about half time about keeping our discipline and trying to not give away too many penalties. I felt there was a few times we've been pulled up for high tackles, and I thought there was 2 or 3 times where Ireland have been high as well, and the referees miss those with it, and that happens in games. But now the competition starts, and that's when I think we'll step up and we'll be good at that. And the guys, there's probably a little bit of some of the guys making sure they get on the plane on Wednesday as well.
How much have you been sort of keeping your card close to the chest for these? Has it been difficult to sort of not trial out certain things?
Yeah, I think I think you're holding a little bit back, and you're working on a few things, and that's important. But like I said, these are warm-up games where not like a Six Nations game where it really matters about winning, and you're probably playing a little bit more territory. You're kicking structures a bit more, implemented a little bit more. So we've got these under our belt, and I said, look, we've tried out some combinations and things, and 4 or 5 players got their first start today for us, and like I said, we were pleased with that first half, and that's what we need to build on, and disappointed with the second half.
Just on Patchell as well, how careful you have to be just because he's had quite a few setbacks as well?
We'll talk to the medics about that, and see how he fares over the next couple of days.
Do you have any concerns about that, Warren, given you've only got 2 halves in squad?
Well, like I said, we'll see how he comes out of the next couple of days.
Alan, what do you make of the second half? Ireland seems to get on top physically.
Well, it's a framework for us how not to play, really. As Gat said, the penalty count gave them opportunity to keep banging at the door, and I think the character we showed was probably the main positive of that second half, because we can't give them piggyback down the pitch to have that opportunity. So the biggest thing for us is a framework how not to play.
Warren, what's your thoughts on the first opponents, Georgia, given they did pretty well in Cardiff a year or 2 back, but have been badly beaten by Scotland?
Yeah, they're going to be tough up front, aren't they? They've got some big physical men, strong scrum, I think we haven't had a good look yet, but we'll look at the 2 Scottish games, the one out in Tbilisi and the one back in Scotland, and just have a look at see how they play. But like I said, everyone's working on things and trying out different things, and probably now when it comes to the tournament, you'll see some real test match stuff.
Warren, you've said earlier on in the series that Ireland's attack games have put you under too much stress, and you referred to today that going back to a traditional 1 out playing off 9. Is that sustainable, do you think, in a World Cup, if you want to be ambitious in a World Cup?
It's been effective for them. I said, like, when they play that way, I mean, in the past when we've had success against Ireland, is that we've, like I said, coming really hard at those one-off runners, stopping them winning those collisions, and making sure you keep your discipline, and so that they don't get an opportunity, because they'll just play phase after phase after phase, see if they can get a penalty chance, kick the ball down the field, and then try and squeeze in your 22. So when we have been effective against Ireland, when we have won matches, it's because our discipline's been good, and we've stopped that collision dominance off 9. So we didn't feel like they were good in that area, but they didn't play any expensive rugby at all that troubled us out wide, really.
Do you think that you saw 2 teams that could potentially meet again later on in the tournament that are of the calibre that could go on? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, they're when they play that way and they're effective, they're difficult to stop. And we didn't get any breakdown turnovers, and you've got to be able to get some turnovers. We felt we were unlucky on a couple of occasions, but they were good in that area. But I thought our line out again functioned exceptionally well today, and probably it was a big moment in the game when Lee Halfpenny's marked the ball, and maybe he should have kicked for touch and tried to put a bit more pressure on their line out, and we've kicked it, and then Ireland retained possession, and we ended up benefiting from that. So a few things for us to learn from today. But it was good. It was pleasing. I thought, particularly with Elliot D, and I thought Wyn Jones scrummaged really well today. I was really pleased with him, and it was good to see some of the backs get chance. Thomas Williams as well. And unfortunately, Rhys didn't get through as much of the game as we would have liked. But then I thought Dan came on and played pretty well. He hasn't had a lot of rugby recently, but I thought defensively he was exceptionally strong.
Warren, Rhys obviously has looked good, and good last week as well. You're just hoping that he gets a bit of positive luck, because he deserves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, he does. So he's probably in where he's got that knock. He's probably gone a little bit low, and the ironic thing about World Rugby is that everyone's talking about the head, keeping the tackles down, but I think most of the concussions are from the tackler and the tackler going low and making contact with hips and knees. So that's that's one aspect where we need to, hopefully continue to work on the defensive player as well.
Can I just check you've got no other injuries, concerns after today?
No.
How's Corey Hill getting on the
Yeah, he stayed back in Wales and was doing his oxygen chamber stuff this week and down in Swansea. So he's pretty pleased with the progress he's making.
Brilliant, well done. Thank you very much.
Yes.